You ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other places people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you get paid for this podcast. What I like about it is starting using it is how easy it is to use. I just upload old episodes of my podcast. I placed it other places, do some editing and tinkering, and voila, that's it. It's that simple. So if you always wanted to start your own podcast, make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. And now, let's get on with the show. You ever felt you're being watched sometimes? Have you ever had a cold shiver run down your spine? Sometimes we go through that. Sometimes we look for answers to questions we don't really truly understand. Like, are we truly alone in the universe? Is there life after death? This world is weird. It gets weirder by the day. And in that weird are questions that we have as curious beings known as humans. Tonight, we look into some of those questions and get a little weird. Because we all are just a tad bit weird. Tonight on Weekend Weird. Broadcasting live from the depths of hell in the middle of Armageddon, it's Weekend Weird, the show about the weird and mundane out in this universe. I'm your host, producer, guys just trying to survive out in this crazy-ass world, RedNick, and I'm joined by my usual co-host and heterosexual life mate, Ogul. So, how you doing, Ogul?
Hey, man. What's going on?
I'm alright.
I don't know. I got upgraded to heterosexual life mate, but
yeah.
If this is a way of proposing to me, yes.
Just life partners, but in a totally platonic heterosexual way.
He said yes.
Yes. He went to Jared.
What's up, man? Nice to be on here again.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Trying to survive the fucking apocalypse. Because since the last episode, the world's taking even more bigger shit. Oh, and here, I'm just waiting for next month for the super volcanoes. And then in August, the mega cyclones. We're dealing the end of the world here, and it's fucked up.
I saw a post just today. It was like, who the hell wrote 2020? It's full of plot holes. He's like, why even introduce the murder hornets? What did that do for the rest of the story? And where are they now?
It's a cinematic universe, man. They're coming up.
Oh, okay, got it. It's gonna all tie together.
Yeah, it's all tied together. It's like, hey, you introduce vibranium in Captain America: The First Avenger, and you're just like, oh, Shield's making vibranium, but it's a little more important because then you introduce Wakanda.
There's no way you just brought this up. I took a picture of it yesterday. I was going to send it to you. Yeah. There's a Wakanda fucking Illinois.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. What?
Yes, so Wakanda. I think it's pronounced differently, but yeah, people call it Wakanda.
Like, the way it's spelled, it's not spelled exactly like Wakanda from the film, but it's like Wucanda. It's what Wakanda.
I don't know the proper pronunciation. If you do, just send it to the Twitter page at Weekend Weird on Twitter. But yeah. You just see us. Yep, Wakanda.
I literally took this picture and sent it to you. I completely forgot to send it to you.
Wakanda forever.
It's like the fucking whitest town.
Yes.
That's the irony of it. It's out in the middle of nowhere that we were passing by. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's that town. It's there.
White as 2% milk.
2% shit. It's skim milk. It's chalk white milk. Just pour it out.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
And speaking of chalk white milk, this episode, we're going to be taking a look at what American folklore says one of the most haunted stories of all time, but the rest of the world knows it's pretty much the giant hoax that it is. We're going to be talking about the Amityville Horror, the book and experiences that spawned countless numbers of movies, and only the first one was good, and the rest of them were crap.
You know what, though? Like, I'll be completely honest. Until you said we were doing this story, I didn't know it was a hoax.
It's been pretty much brought down as a hoax because you can't prove the story.
Okay.
Is true at all.
I mean, I guess I'm like I guess I'm like a casual, horror fan, I guess.
Yeah.
Like most people are. And I only know the movies, so I didn't know there was like a whole hoax, debunked story behind what inspired the film.
Yeah, what inspired the film was the book, The Amityville Horror.
Okay.
And it deals with 18 days, I believe. Was it 18 days or 30 some odd days of this family's experience in this home? But the real horror is how the home came available, because there was a real murder of a family in that home beforehand. In there, that's the real horror of it. That this family was butchered in their home back in the 70s. Before this other family came in, and I don't know whether the family, there's stories, there's allegations how the family came to this story. The two heads of the family, to their dying day, said that this is real, that this is what happened to us. But, you look at the story, you start weighing in the facts, you can't prove what they're saying is true. So it is kind of a hoax, and but it's so embedded in American, folklore that people still believe that this is real. But it gives off these movies that you watch, like on a Friday, Saturday night, get together with your girl or get together with your guy, order pizza, pop some popcorn, have some beers or some pops, and watch these films and get scared off of them. But the story that you try to play that is true, my opinion, is not real.
Okay. Well, let's get into it.
Well, yeah. Well, we're going to get into the Amityville Horror. But first, before we go into the actual experiences of the family, which were named the Lutz family, we need to talk about the actual murders that had happened in this home before the Lutz family even moved into there. So, you ready? In the mixture, getting away from our usual UFO, but we're still on true crime and the haunted story. You ready to get weird?
Let's do it.
All right. So, the Amityville Horror is originally a book written by American author Jane Aniston, published in September 1977. It's the basis of a series of films released from 1979 onward, with the last movie coming like '05, which was a remake with Ryan Reynolds.
You know, I think I saw that one. I remember kind of liking it.
I didn't like it. I saw the original Amityville Horror years ago, and it wasn't that scary, but it was still a decent film. And then you see the remake, and you're just like, with Ryan Reynolds, you're like, I can't believe this guy is really going insane. It's at the end of the day, it's Ryan Reynolds. You just want him just to bust out a damn joke or something in the middle of it. Him holding the axe, trying to kill his family, and just stops midway and just goes, "Hey, I just made a pun."
That's funny.
But the story has been. The book claims that what had happened with paranormal experiences happening to the Lutz family of George and Kathy Lutz,
Kathleen,
and their 3 children. But it has led to a lot of lawsuits for the story because of the truthfulness. So let's first start off with the actual murders that happened in Amityville, in the home in Amityville. On Wednesday, November 13th, 1974, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo had entered Henry's Bar in Amityville, Long Island, New York. He declared, "You got to help me. I think my mother and father are shot." DeFeo and a small group of people went to 112 Ocean Avenue, which was located near the bar, and found that DeFeo's parents were dead inside the house. Another group of people, including DeFeo's friend Joe Yeswitz, made an emergency call to the Suffolk County Police, who searched the house and found that 6 members of the same family were all dead in their beds.
Jesus.
The victims were Ronald Jr.'s parents, Ronald DeFeo Sr. and Lise DeFeo, and his 4 siblings, Dawn 18, Allison 13, Mark 12, and John Matthew 9. All the victims had been shot with a .35 caliber lever-action Martin 336C rifle. God. Around 3:30 in the morning of that day.
He shot his 9-year-old brother?
Yep. The DeFeo parents had both been shot twice, while the children had all been killed with a single shot. Physical evidence suggested that Louise DeFeo and her daughter Allison were both awake. Whoever the hell's calling, back off.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Were both awake at the time of their deaths. Everyone else was asleep. According to the Suffolk County Police, the victims were found lying face down in a bed. The DeFeo family had occupied 112 Ocean Avenue since purchasing it in 1965. Ronald DeFeo Jr., who was also known as Butch, was the eldest son of the family and the lone surviving member. He was taken to the local police station for his own protection after suggesting to the police officers at the scene of the crime that the killings were carried out by mob hitman Luis Fanoli. However, an interview at the station soon exposed some serious inconsistencies in the versions of his events. The following day, he finally confessed to carrying out the killings himself. And Fanoli, the alleged hitman, had an alibi proving he was out of state at the time of the killings. DeFeo told detectives, "Once I started, I just couldn't stop. It went so fast." He admitted that he had taken a bath and redressed and detailed where he had discarded crucial evidence such as the bloodstained clothes and the Martin rifle and cartridges before going to work as usual.
That's pretty
fucked up.
That's pretty messed up.
It's pretty fucked up. You just come in for whatever reason. Everyone's sleeping. You just bring a rifle and you just start killing your families in their beds.
I mean, just the terrifying thought that they were each in a separate bedroom, meaning that, I don't know in what succession he carried out the murders, but whoever the last couple were knew exactly what was happening. You know what I mean? Like, They just had to sit there in their bedroom and wait for this. Ugh. That's terrible. 9-year-old, his brother?
Yeah, his brother and his sister.
Okay, so he admitted to the murders.
He admitted to the murders. His trial began in October 1975. his defense attorney had mounted a